Colombia is in the process of both domestic and international transformation. For years, the US and Colombia has pursued a shared agenda and considered each other strategic partners. And the relationship, some people say, is the same, some people say it's in transition, but we are critically important partners for each other in Latin America and frankly globally. So today we're going to have a real opportunity to have a conversation about this with the foreign minister, but along with many other topics. I also want to just say congratulations on being the foreign minister. You were kind of straddling being the ambassador and the foreign minister.
Yeah, that's challenging.
So you get two jobs in one, right?
That's right. But they only pay for one, so.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah,
did they pay for one or did they pay for two?
Yeah.
So if we can, Mr. Minister, let's get right into the meat of the interview. The US and Colombia have a robust partnership for many years across several different administrations. How do you see the bilateral relationship today?
First, thank you very much for this invitation. It's a great honor to participate in the Washington Conference on the Americas. And you are champion of Latin America, the Americas, and Colombia particularly, so thank you for doing that. And also thank you to Eric Farnsworth, my good friend, that we discussed many issues here, in obviously thinking about Colombia and the region. The relationship between Colombia and the United States is in a very good moment. It's evolving, obviously, in line with the evolution that Colombia also is going through. Colombia is really implementing very profound changes in terms of democracy, in terms of the structure of the economy, and also in terms of the politics of Colombia. And United States have been part of it. We have very robust relationship, a lot of exchanges between high-level officials from the United States, from different areas of government, the executive, Congress, and others, and also a lot of officials from Colombia coming to the United States. And as you know, Colombia, in terms of our democracy, is attracting more people from different regions. And the United States have been supporting democratic process in our country. Mm-hmm. Now Colombia, for example, if you take many regions in Colombia that have been excluded or marginalized, and the situation is very difficult because of poverty, inequality, and violence, people in those regions still believe in democracy, and they went to the polls repeatedly because they continue believing in democracy. And in that regard, we now see many sectors that were not before in government, like participating and being in position of power and authority. And that's changing the conception of what Colombia had as the national interest. And this is very important to take into account. And in that regard, what I would like to say that we are collaborating in this transition of the relationship between Colombia and the United States in several areas that are key for us. First, obviously, climate change, the conservation of biodiversity, but within the framework of social justice. And the support of the United States have been very critical, and there are some indicators of the result of that. First, we are decreasing deforestation. We are moving into areas that we are restoring some of the key ecosystems in Colombia. So that's one key area. The second one will be in relation to peace and human rights. Okay. The United States continues supporting Colombia in the implementation of the 2016 peace agreement. And it's a key partner, particularly in the area of that agreement that relate to ethnic communities, Afro-Colombians and indigenous communities. We are negotiating, obviously, a new phase of the implementation of peace in Colombia, which is the policy of total peace. And we hope the United States will assist that process beyond just making emphasis on the 2016 peace agreement. The third area that we are collaborating a lot is migration. I just came from Guatemala, and we have this ministerial with Anthony Blinken and other ministers from the region talking about migration and the challenge that we have. And Colombia is a model in terms of migration with the support of the United States. Colombia has welcomed almost 2.5 million Venezuelans and other migrants to the country. We have in our health systems almost 2.3 million migrants. 700,000 kids are going to our schools. It is very costly because it's almost 1 point of our GDP. And in addition to that, it's like we have the equivalent of 6% of our total population being migrants welcome to Colombia. So compare that is unprecedented. And in that regard, what we are doing now, like deepening this policy, we are welcoming now, and we are working on regulations to welcome 600,000 more migrants to Colombia. And we have the support of the United States. We have Office of Safe Mobility for those migrants that wanted to process their documents to come to the United States. We have those offices in 3 cities in Colombia, in Bogotá, in Cali, and Medellin. And also we have 9 cities that have this that we call Center of Integration, Centros Integrantes. And they are the one that help those migrants to integrate to Colombian society with the support of USAID and other agencies. So those are indicators of the good health of the relationship. And in addition to that, we have security and drug policy, which is the traditional discussion in Washington, D.C., but that is evolving to other areas, climate change, migration. But also we have issues related to trade and also related to investment. And Colombia continues being the main partner of the United States in terms of our export of Colombia. The main partner is the United States. It's the only country in South America that is still United States is the main economic partner. And we need to maintain that position, but we need more investment from the United States to Colombia in new areas.